stop my share. Start my video. All right, good morning, everyone. So for those of you who did not hear a couple minutes ago, we are going to be on the floor for the majority of this session. So make sure you get comfortable. We're going to get started in just a minute. I want to go over a couple of things. First off, due to new restrictions, unfortunately, we will not be able to play music during any of our Zoom sessions. That includes the trigger point training, as well as QFit and our Group X classes. So please keep that in mind for the near future. And of course, you're always welcome to play any light music in the privacy of your own home. Make sure you have plenty of water close by. Make sure you drink some water right before and after these sessions. And for those of you who do not have a foam roller, I just wanted to show you another little DIY I made. I made a foam roller out of my yoga mat with some rubber bands, obviously, to make sure it stays tight. And I do have a rolling pin wrapped around on the inside, so it's a little bit more firm. So if you have anything like this or similar to this at home, you can do that as well. You can always try that later on once I put this recording on our YouTube page. And the last thing I wanted to go over was these exercises are going to last about 45 seconds today, not our typical 30. Being that we've been doing this for a few weeks now, I'd like to increase the time for these exercises. So if you feel like you need a little bit more practice, you can always check out our YouTube page and get a little more practice in from our previous sessions, or you can always message us either at the Cardinal Health Fitness inbox, or you can check out our website for virtual personal training, which can help you with some of your more specific fitness goals when it comes to trigger point training or anything else related to health and fitness. So with all of that said, I'm going to start my timer, and this is going to last about 12 minutes today. So most of it is going to be in the chest area. So what I'd like to do is make sure that your exercise ball is right under the armpit, pressing against the outside of your chest. We're going to rest ourselves on the floor, arm out, palm on the floor. We're going to lift it up just a little bit off the floor, and I want to make a snow angel-like motion down and up. Again, pressing as hard as you can tolerate onto the floor with your chest muscle, going at your own pace. It might roll around a little bit, that's okay. Feel free to adjust whenever necessary. Trying to really loosen up the outer portion of the chest. All right, that's our cue. If you heard that timer, we're gonna move from one side to the other. Again, right under the armpit so that we're putting pressure on the outside of the chest muscle. Going in 3, 2, 1, and down and up. Again, just hovering our hand right over the floor. Taking our time. This exercise can really help, especially if you have a tendency to round your shoulders forward, or you feel like you're rounding your back a little more than you should, whether you're sitting or standing. Loosening up this part of the body so it's not pulling the shoulders forward. About 5 more seconds, and then we're going to move on to the shoulder joint itself. And all right, so I'm going back to my initial side, and I'm going to put it right around the shoulder area here, just like I did in my first session, but this time we're putting pressure on the shoulder using the floor. Feel free to move down and up or side to side, whatever works best for you. Just lifting this arm off the floor to make that motion a little bit easier. You can go up and down, around the shoulder joint. Most of it is still on the outside of the pectoral muscle, the chest muscle. Just working more on the front side than the back side from our first exercise. 5 more seconds. All right, moving on to the other side. Again, applying pressure right on the front of the shoulder, not so much on the bone. Make sure it's on the muscle. I'm gonna press down as hard as we can tolerate, lifting up the arm right here and moving very small motions here, up and down. Try side to side. You can also do circular motions if you'd like to, around the very outside of the chest muscle. If you need to readjust, you can simply grab the ball, put it where you need it to be, and continue with those motions. With about 12 seconds left, I think I'm going to focus on the up and down motions. Feel free to do whatever motion you prefer at home. All right, that's our cue. Moving on from the chest area to, I want to work on the hip flexor. So side view, right on the hip flexor here, we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor. I'm lifting my hips off the floor. And what I'd like to do here is lift up the leg where the ball is on that side of the hip flexor. The ball's on my left hip flexor, so I'm lifting my left leg up and down just a little bit. Feel free to tilt a little to the side, get a different angle. Again, it should be right on the muscle, not on the bone, not on your hip itself. If you need to rest, feel free to rest your hips on the floor. Take a deep breath and go right back into it. We only got 2 seconds here. Not even. All right, moving on to the other side. Make yourself comfortable. Feel free to rest on your elbows like I am and lifting up. Small motions up and down with the leg. Again, the ball is on now my right hip flexor muscle. So I'm going to lift up my right leg just a few inches off the ground. Again, if you need to rest, take a deep breath, you can at any time. Change the angle if you'd like, moving a little bit more to the side. Whatever spot feels like it needs the most attention, work on that. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so we are all done with the exercise ball, and we're going to move on to our foam roller here. And what I want to do here is I want to rest my shoulder, same muscle we worked on before, resting the shoulder right on the foam roller. My palm is facing up, and I'm going to do small side-to-side motions. The right angle here, the correct angle for the foam roller is about 45 degrees. So it's going this way. It's not perfectly horizontal. It's not straight up and down. It's somewhere in the middle. Again, palm is up, straight arm. For this one, you don't even have to do motions. You can simply just twist your body so you can apply as much pressure as you'd like onto your foam roller, or in my case, your yoga mat. And resting there, switching to the other side. Again, make sure the foam roller is about a 45-degree angle. Resting the outside of your chest right onto the foam roller. Palm is up, facing the ceiling, arm is straight. And you can do either these small side-to-side motions here. And I think for the time I have, I want to simply press down as hard as I can. If I feel like I need to move to a different area, I can at any time. And again, just applying pressure onto the foam roller. To make this really challenging, I'm going to try and keep my hips and knees off the floor. Relax when you need to. We've got about 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, moving to my side, putting the foam roller right in front of me, bending my elbow, working on my triceps for the foam roller. And for this one, it's a very simple, small back and forth motion, just like this. Right now, I'm resting more on my front. You can also do this on your side, whichever's more comfortable for you at home. I feel like I have more motion when I'm resting on my front side. Applying as much pressure as I can on the tricep to the foam roller. And notice these are very small motions. That's all you really need. You don't have to go all the way down and back, but you can readjust if you want to work on different parts of your tricep. 3, 2, and 1. Moving to the other side. Their arm. 3, 2, 1. And start moving up and down. Leaning to one side may also help to get different angles of the tricep. If you have big arms, that may be ideal for you at home. Again, you can readjust so you can work on different parts of the tricep. We got about 20 more seconds, and then I got one more exercise in mind for you all. So do what you can here. I'm gonna lean a little bit on my side to get the back angle of my tricep. 3, 2, and 1. All right, the very last thing I want to do, I'm going to move back just a little bit so you can see better, is I'm going to work on my shin. So one leg at a time. You can do both at the same time, but we'll have more control on how much pressure we want to apply with just one leg at a time. Shin's right on the foam roller. Moving back and forth, just like that. So I am on my left leg right now. And to get a different angle, to get more on the lateral side, I'm just gonna lean my hips a little more to the left as I slowly move forward and back. I'm gonna readjust a little bit here so I can get closer to my ankle. Got about 10 seconds left and we'll move on to the other side. Again, still leaning just a little bit to my left side. All right, that's our cue. Switching legs. So I'm going to do the top half of my shin from knee to about midway down the calf, or the shin, excuse me. And let's move. This is our very last exercise here. At any point, feel free to tilt your hips to the side. Being that on my right leg, I want to move a little more to my right side. Readjust so I can get the bottom half of my shin. About 20 seconds left. Moving up a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So that is everything for today. So I hope you got something out of that. So we did more of the anterior side. I'm sure we'll do something a little different on Thursday morning with Dylan. Be sure to drink plenty of water after this session, as well as applying ice to any parts of the body that may feel a little sore after that session. And again, if you want to make this a little bit more personal for yourself, or you want more specific goals during this time, you can always check out our virtual personal training services. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next workout. Bye, everyone.